I spent the last 3 weeks buried in cardboard boxes, charging cables, and return labels. My kitchen table currently looks like a Best Buy exploded on it. Why? Because I set out to answer one question. Can a tablet under $500 actually replace the $1,000 flagship sitting in your Amazon cart right now? The answer is yes. For most of you, absolutely yes. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which one to buy, which one to skip, and which one has a launch window you need to move on before it's gone. Quick disclosure before we start. I bought every single one of these with my own money. Nobody sent me these units, nobody's paying for a placement, and if a tablet is garbage, I'm going to tell you it's garbage. That's the deal here. Let's get into it. Number 5. Xiaomi Redmi Pad 2. Starting things off is the tablet that has no business being this good at its price point, the Redmi Pad 2. This thing comes in loaded with a big, bright display, a refresh rate smooth enough that scrolling through social media actually feels premium, and speakers that punch way above what you'd expect from a budget label. I watched 2 full seasons of a show on this tablet during a cross-country flight and never once felt like I was missing out compared to something twice the price. Performance is where you have to set expectations. The chipset inside handles everyday tasks, browsing, streaming, note-taking, video calls, without a hiccup. Push it into heavier multitasking or graphically demanding games though, and you'll start to feel the ceiling. This isn't the tablet for editing 4K footage or running the newest AAA mobile titles maxed out. Battery life is genuinely one of the strongest parts of this package. I got a full day of mixed use, video, browsing, some light gaming, without reaching for a charger, and the included fast charging means even a quick top-up before you head out the door gets you meaningful runtime back. The build quality surprised me the most. Metal frame, no creaking, no flex when you grip it one-handed. It doesn't feel like a device that's cutting corners just because the price tag is low. So why is this sitting at number 5 and not higher? Simple. Everything on this list above it does what the Redmi Pad 2 does, and then does 1 or 2 things significantly better. But if your budget is tight and you just want a rock-solid all-day tablet for entertainment and light productivity, this is a genuinely safe buy. Number 4. Samsung Galaxy Tab A11 Plus. Moving up the list, and we're talking about Samsung's answer to, what if a budget tablet actually felt like a Samsung device? The Tab A11 Plus leans hard into what Samsung does well, a clean, polished software experience, tight integration if you're already living in the Samsung ecosystem, and a display that handles color accuracy better than most tablets in this price range have any right to. Where this tablet separates itself is software longevity. Samsung has a track record of pushing updates to its tablets for years after release, which means the device you buy today isn't going to feel abandoned 18 months from now. That's not a flashy spec sheet bullet point, but it's the difference between a tablet that lasts and one that quietly falls behind. The multitasking experience with Samsung's split-screen tools is legitimately useful for productivity. I had notes open next to a video call next to a browser window during actual work days, and it held up without the stutter you'd expect at this price. The trade-offs are real though. The chipset is tuned for efficiency over raw power, so this isn't a gaming tablet. And the base storage fills up fast if you're someone who downloads a lot of offline content. If you're a Samsung phone user already, the ecosystem tricks, like using this as a secondary screen or syncing notifications, make this an easy recommendation. If you're not in that ecosystem, some of the magic disappears. Solid tablet, smart software, a few hardware compromises. That's the Tab A11 Plus. Number 3. Lenovo Tab Plus. Now we're getting into the tablets that genuinely surprised me, and the Lenovo Tab Plus might be the most underrated device on this entire list. Lenovo did something clever here. They leaned into audio and multimedia in a way most budget tablets completely ignore. The quad speaker setup on this thing is loud, full, and actually has bass. I put on a movie in a room with the windows open, and it filled the space without sounding tinny or hollow, which is usually the first place budget tablets fall apart. The display holds its own too. Sharp text, solid brightness for indoor use, and a size that hits a sweet spot for both reading and watching without feeling unwieldy in your hands. Where Lenovo really wins, though, is accessory support. This tablet is clearly designed with a keyboard and stylus attachment in mind, and using it that way genuinely changes the experience from media tablet to lightweight productivity machine. I wrote a chunk of this script's outline directly on the Tab Plus with a stylus attached, and it felt natural, not like a compromise. Performance sits in a similar tier to everything else on this list. Fine for daily use, not built for heavy workloads. And storage expansion options vary depending on which configuration you pick, so pay attention to that before you buy. If audio quality and a flexible accessory ecosystem matter to you more than raw horsepower, the Lenovo Tab Plus deserves a serious look, and it's the one on this list I think is getting the least attention it deserves. Number 2. Apple iPad 11th Gen, A16 2025. Yes, an iPad is on a budget tablet list. And no, I haven't been paid to say that. The 2025 refresh of the base iPad quietly became one of the smartest value plays in Apple's entire lineup. The A16 chip inside this thing isn't just good for a budget device, it's genuinely fast. Multitasking, editing photos, running demanding apps, none of it makes this tablet break a sweat. It's the kind of performance headroom that means this tablet won't feel outdated in 2 or 3 years, which is more than you can say for most of the competition on this list. The display, camera quality, and speaker setup all carry that unmistakable Apple polish. Everything just feels tuned correctly, colors are accurate, audio is crisp, and the whole software experience is smooth in a way that's hard to quantify but easy to feel the moment you pick it up. Accessory support is the other massive advantage here. Apple Pencil compatibility and Magic Keyboard support mean this tablet can flex into a genuine productivity device, not just a media consumption slab. And if you're already inside the Apple ecosystem, iPhone, Mac, AirPods, the seamless handoff features alone might justify the price difference over the other tablets on this list. The compromises are the usual iPad at this price story. Storage starts lower than I'd like, accessories are sold separately and add up fast, and the base display isn't laminated, which matters if you're planning on doing a lot of precise stylus work. But as a pure performance and longevity play, this is the tablet on the list that will age the best. Number 1. Motorola MotoPad. And here's the one that actually made me rearrange this entire list at the last minute. The MotoPad is Motorola's first real swing at the tablet category in years, and it shows up swinging hard. The display is the first thing that grabs you, sharp, vibrant, and genuinely competitive with tablets costing significantly more. Watching content on this thing during my testing week, I kept forgetting I was looking at a budget device. What actually earns this the top spot is the balance. Motorola didn't just nail one category and phone in the rest. They built a tablet that's fast enough for real multitasking, comfortable enough for genuinely all-day use, and backed by battery life that got me through full days without once thinking about a charger. The software experience is close to stock, clean, fast, no bloatware weighing things down, which means the hardware isn't fighting against a clunky interface. And Motorola's pricing strategy here is aggressive. This tablet is positioned to undercut nearly everything else on this list while matching or beating them spec for spec. It's not perfect. This is a newer player in the tablet space, so the accessory ecosystem is still growing, and long-term software support is something we'll only really know the answer to a year or two from now. But based on pure day-to-day performance and value, the MotoPad earned the top spot fair and square. So there you have it, 5 tablets that prove you don't need to spend flagship money to get a genuinely great experience. If you want the best all-around balance of price and performance, the MotoPad is your pick. If you want long-term reliability and raw power, the iPad still makes a strong case for itself. Let me know in the comments which one you're leaning toward, and if this saved you from an impulse buy you would have regretted, hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns like this one. See you in the next video.